3 years of attempts, 5 full days where I spent 4 or more hours on this challenge. All of this because you weren't satisfied. What the heck am I talking about? Well, I'm glad you asked. See, last week I played Dream Bed Wars, but I'ma be honest, it just wasn't that difficult. So I looked for something a little more challenging, and that led me here, Pantheon 5, possibly the hardest challenge I have ever attempted. But I was determined to beat it, so I started the challenge. Now, most of the first few bosses are extremely easy, to the point where they're basically just this. Oh, you seem friendly. Wait! No! You're going to pay for that. Oh, hello there. Do you haunt my dreams or I yours? Yes, a tactical callback to my previous video, which the viewers should definitely go watch. And there were a few other notable bosses like Sly, Larkin, White Defender, Nosk. Oh hey look, it's Hornet again. What dreams we share. Wait, you also want to reach 1,000 subscribers before the end of the year? Well, good luck with that. Probably gonna have to post a lot of videos, maybe one every single day until the end of the year. Definitely not foreshadowing something that I might do where I will live stream or post a video every single day until New Year's, when I'm going to be doing a final stream. Please watch for videos and live streams starting at 6 to 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time until New Year's. Okay, thanks! Oh hey, another boss dead. And finally we get to some harder bosses. The first notable boss that really gives me a rough time is Markov, a boss that flies around with an annoying pattern which makes it difficult to hit him. He isn't even that difficult of a boss, he just moves in a really annoying pattern. There are a few strategies that make Markov easier, such as getting him higher on the stage and using a spell called Abyss Shriek, which, makes an upwards blast that deals devastating amount of damage. But I usually take a decent amount of damage trying to get him up there, so it isn't a completely viable strategy. I still usually attempt it though, just because it's better to get it done quick than
prolonging the suffering and pain.
Anyways, next boss that is actually difficult is this guy, Nightmare King Grim. Many casual players of Hollow Knight will agree when I say this guy is extremely difficult. My first casual playthrough, I probably died to this guy more than any other boss, including both of the final bosses, which is saying something because I died like 40 times trying to defeat the normal Radiance. There are strategies to defeat this guy though. During this attack where he crashes down from the sky, I make sure to dash above him. During this one where he shoots bats at me, I dash through the center of them to get a few hits in. And during this one where the pillars shoot up, I lure the pillars near him, then use Abyss Shriek to deal insane amounts of damage. Now, there are only 2 other bosses that I would consider difficult here in the Pantheon of Hollownest, and that would be Pure Vessel and the Radiance. Both bosses are at the very end of the boss rush, which means that if you feel extremely confident about your abilities to beat every other boss in the game, you could still fail at the end of a 40-minute attempt, just because one of these 2 gave you a rough time. But fortunately, there's a training hall, where you can practice the bosses, which meant that if I was struggling with one of these bosses, I could just go and practice until I was ready. Slight problem is that you couldn't practice the bosses until you had gotten to them inside of the Pantheon. And up until the week that I began attempting this challenge, I hadn't reached the Radiance. So I needed to perform over 20 attempts just to get to the Radiance, and then I failed. So I had to practice for several hours just to get to the point where I felt comfortable in my ability to defeat the boss. Now, I also had to practice Pure Vessel, and let me tell you, that was a struggle. But finally I decided that I was ready to attempt it one more time. Finally, I had defeated the Pure Vessel, but the real challenge came from the final boss, the Radiance. This was it, the final confrontation. And, well, I'll just let you watch. Just a quick reminder that I am trying to reach 1,000 subscribers. Please hit the subscribe button, like the video, and watch the rest of my videos if you enjoyed the content. And I will see you all in the next video, which will be tomorrow at 6:30 Eastern Standard Time.